High in the Peruvian Andes, at 8,000 feet above sea level, sits a city that was never supposed to be found. Not because it was hidden by magic or aliens, because the people who built it deliberately tucked it away between two mountain peaks, invisible from the valley below, invisible from the river, invisible from almost anywhere except the sky itself. And for nearly 400 years, it worked. The Spanish conquistadors marched through Peru, melted down an empire's worth of gold, and toppled one of the largest civilizations in the Americas. But they never found this place. Machu Picchu sat in near-total silence for centuries, wrapped in cloud forest, while the world outside had no idea it existed. Let's talk about what it actually is, and why, even after more than 100 years of research, we still don't fully agree on why it was built. Machu Picchu was constructed around the year 1450, during the reign of the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, the ruler who transformed a small kingdom around Cusco into the largest empire the Americas had ever seen. At its height, the Inca Empire stretched over 2,500 miles along the spine of South America, connecting modern-day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina through an extraordinary network of roads and rope bridges. Machu Picchu was just one site within that empire, but it might be the most carefully engineered one we've ever found. Here's the detail that still stuns engineers today. The stones at Machu Picchu were cut and fitted together so precisely that you cannot slide a credit card between them. No mortar, no cement, just solid granite blocks, some weighing several tons, shaped to interlock so perfectly that the structures have survived multiple major earthquakes over the past 500 years, while modern concrete buildings nearby have crumbled. Engineers believe the slightly trapezoidal shape of the doors and windows, along with the interlocking stonework, allows the buildings to flex and resettle during seismic activity instead of collapsing. The Inca didn't have iron tools, the wheel, or a written language as we understand it. And yet they built something that modern architects still study for earthquake resistance. And they didn't just build on the mountain, they rebuilt the mountain itself. Machu Picchu sits on a ridge between two peaks, and underneath the visible city is an entire hidden foundation of layered stone, gravel, and soil, engineered specifically to drain water during the intense Andean rainy season. Without that hidden drainage system, the site would have washed away centuries ago. Some archaeologists estimate that for every visible stone structure at Machu Picchu, there's an equal amount of engineering buried beneath it that most visitors never even think about. So why build a city in such a remote, difficult, almost impossible location? This is where the real debate begins. For decades, the popular idea, pushed heavily by the American explorer Hiram Bingham, who brought Machu Picchu to global attention in 1911, was that this was a lost city, possibly even the final refuge of the Inca after the Spanish conquest. It sounded dramatic. It made headlines. There was just one problem. It wasn't true. Machu Picchu was built and abandoned decades before the Spanish ever set foot in Peru. Bingham wasn't discovering a secret refuge. He was rediscovering, with the help of local Quechua farmers who already knew exactly where it was, a site that had simply fallen out of use. The leading theory today is that Machu Picchu was a royal estate, built specifically for Emperor Pachacuti himself. Essentially a private retreat, combined with a religious and administrative center. Researchers have found separate residential sections believed to be for nobility, priests, and workers, along with agricultural terraces that could have fed several hundred people, but likely not many more. That's a key clue. Machu Picchu almost certainly wasn't a bustling city. Estimates suggest a permanent population of only around 500 to 750 people, swelling occasionally during religious ceremonies or royal visits. And religion appears to have been central to the site's purpose. At the highest point of Machu Picchu sits a carved granite stone known as the Intihuatana, often translated as the hitching post of the sun. On the exact days of the equinoxes, the sun sits almost directly above this stone at midday, casting no shadow at all. The Inca tracked the movements of the sun with extraordinary precision, and structures like this suggest Machu Picchu functioned partly as an astronomical observatory, tied directly to Inca religious beliefs about the sun god Inti. There's also the Temple of the Sun, a curved stone structure built around a natural rock formation, with a window precisely positioned so that on the June solstice, sunlight streams directly through it and illuminates a ceremonial stone inside. This wasn't accidental. It required generations of astronomical observation before a single stone was even placed. So if Machu Picchu was this important, a royal retreat, a religious center, an engineering marvel, why was it abandoned? The most widely accepted answer isn't dramatic. It's disease. When the Spanish arrived in the Americas, they brought smallpox, measles, and other European diseases that indigenous populations had no immunity to. These diseases spread along Inca trade routes faster than the Spanish army itself, wiping out an estimated 60 to 90% of the population in some regions before conquistadors even arrived in certain areas. Many historians believe Machu Picchu's population was devastated by disease, and with the broader Inca Empire collapsing into civil war and then Spanish conquest, there was simply no one left to maintain the site, and no political structure left to justify keeping it running. Unlike Cusco, the Inca capital, Machu Picchu was remote enough and unimportant enough militarily and economically that the Spanish never bothered searching for it. It wasn't destroyed. It wasn't looted by conquistadors. It was simply forgotten, left to the cloud forest, while local farming families in the surrounding valleys retained partial knowledge of its existence for centuries. That's actually one of the more controversial parts of this story. When Hiram Bingham arrived in 1911, he wasn't wandering blindly through uncharted wilderness. A local farmer named Melchor Arteaga led him directly to the site, because Arteaga, like other families in the region, already knew it was there. Bingham's discovery was really more like the first time a well-connected American academic brought international attention to a place local Peruvians had never fully lost track of. What Bingham did next remains a sore point in Peru today. He shipped thousands of artifacts, pottery, tools, human remains, back to Yale University for study, under an agreement that Yale would eventually return them. That didn't happen for almost 100 years. It took a sustained legal and diplomatic campaign by the Peruvian government, finally resolved between 2010 and 2012, before Yale returned the majority of the artifacts to Peru. It's a reminder that the story of Machu Picchu isn't just about the Inca. It's also about who gets to control the story of a civilization after it's gone. Today, research at Machu Picchu is still ongoing, and new discoveries continue to reshape what we know. Recent studies using radiocarbon dating on human remains suggest the site may have been in use earlier than previously believed, possibly starting construction as early as the 1420s, decades before the date historians long assumed. Other researchers continue debating the exact population figures, the full extent of the agricultural terracing, and whether additional undiscovered structures remain buried under centuries of vegetation on the surrounding slopes. Machu Picchu now receives over 1 million visitors a year, so many that Peru has had to introduce strict daily visitor limits and timed entry tickets just to prevent the ancient stonework from eroding under modern foot traffic. It's a strange irony. A site built specifically to be hidden from the world is now one of the most visited archaeological sites on Earth. And maybe that's the real story here. Machu Picchu wasn't lost because it was hidden by mystery or myth. It was lost because an empire collapsed, a disease swept through faster than anyone could respond to it, and a remote mountain retreat quietly slipped out of memory, until, 4 centuries later, the world remembered it existed at all.